Dear students, greetings. Welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about what is algorithm, what is the use of algorithm, what is flowchart, what is the structure of C program, history of C program and structure of C program, and how to declare the variables, what are the type of variables are there, what is constant and different types of constants we are going to discuss in this lecture. Okay. Dear students, this is week 1, lecture 2 and classroom discussion topic 2. So we are going to discuss in classroom discussion with these topics. Okay. So this is a lecture outcome for this particular video lecture. In this video lecture, after completion of this lecture, student will be able to develop an algorithm for the given problem. If any problem they will give, you can write the algorithm. And student will be able to sketch the flowchart for the given problem. Okay, so these two are lecture outcome of this particular video lecture. First one, what is algorithm? So algorithms are one of the most basic tools that are used to develop the problem solving logic. So while problem solving techniques are program development steps, so we have one steps to develop the algorithm. Algorithm is the basic step. So what we are saying simply, algorithm is step-by-step procedure. Okay. So simply we can say that step-by-step procedure. Okay. So there is finite sequence of explicit instructions. The finite means it is not infinity. Okay, infinity means finite means some limit number of sequence steps are there. Okay, so there is set of inputs value will produce and outputs and then terminates. Okay, so algorithm means some sequence number of steps should be there, some input should be there, it will be processed and processing will be there and finally it will produce the output, then it will terminate. Okay. So some repeat steps also may be there. So step by steps is there, no? So we can write step 1, step 2. Like that we have finite number of steps, n number of steps only. So in this particular step, some steps maybe we can write it as a repeat statements. Okay. So second one. So you can write it third step, fourth step equal to repeat step 2 and 3 until you can give complete statement also. So simply say repeat step 2 and 3 means it will continuous infinity. Okay, so you have to complete with some conditions. Okay, so comparison, logic and comparison should be there. So that condition is satisfied. For example, until reach 1 or value equal to 1, it will do this step. Like that, we have to write some statement. Okay. So this is a simple algorithm for finding the largest number of given 3 numbers. Okay. So first we must know the logic. So if you will take 5 numbers, so example 8, 5, 10, 3 numbers we are taken. From these 3, which is the largest number that you have to identify. So when we are seeing that, we are able to say 10 is the largest number. But computer, how it will identify? Okay, so we can take 3 variables like A. So second variable is B, third variable is C. Like that you will take. First what we have to do, take A value and we have to compare with B value. So A is greater than B or not. Okay, if it is greater, A is greater means A will compare with C. Okay, in case B is greater, that condition is failed. So condition is true, we will do A greater than C. If condition is fails, then what you have to do? B greater than C. Okay, if A greater than C means A is largest number. If B is greater than C means B is largest number. Both the conditions are fails, C is the largest number. This is the logic. So for this logic, we have to write the algorithm. Initially, we have to read three values, find which is the maximum between A and B. From that, we have to store which is the maximum A or B, which is the maximum that we have to store in the maximum underscore AB. Then after that, we have to compare with which value stored in the max underscore AB. With that value, we have to compare with the C. Okay. So if it is comparison, which is the maximum that will be stored in the max. So finally, we have to display or print the values max. So this is the algorithm. Okay. So here you just say every actions of the algorithm is precisely defined. Hence, there is no scope of ambiguity. So no ambiguity should be there. Okay. So some algorithm have five main characteristics. First one, finite number of steps. I already told. Okay, finite number of inputs and terminates after finite number of steps. We have to give some numbers. After that number of steps, it will be over. Instructions are precise and unambiguous. Okay, finally, operations are done exactly and in a finite amount of time. So everything should be finite. It's not what is that, continuous, it is discrete. Okay, then output derived from the input by applying the algorithm. Okay, so these five are the main characteristics of algorithm. Next, flowchart. Flowchart is diagrammatic representation of an algorithm. Okay, so when we are writing the algorithm, the same algorithm we can represent with the diagram. Okay, so that is considered as a flowchart. So there is a different boxes, arrows are there. Okay, so some arrows will be used to connect the different boxes. The different boxes will represent different actions. Okay, different actions are performed in the algorithm. Boxes represent that operations. So primary purpose of the flowchart is help the programmer to understand the logic of the program easily without tension and without unambiguous. They are understanding the, these are the flowchart symbols. Okay, this is the arrow marks, up arrow, down arrow, right arrow, left arrow. So this is the rectangle box. Okay, so this box will be used for terminal. Terminal means starting the flowchart, end of the flowchart, you can use this box. This box represents the parallelogram. This parallelogram is used for input output operation. So this is rectangle. So this is oval symbol. Normally you can take, this is the oval symbol. Okay. So this is the rectangle symbol. So this rectangle symbol will be used for processing. Okay, so example, computation, anything is there, then you can use this. So example, a plus b, or something you can do some computing operations, a square plus b square. So like this combinations you can perform in the rectangle boxes. Decision making, you can compare something, you have to decide. For this diamond box we have to use. Okay, for example, now we are discussed no a greater than b, some condition you have to check if it is true. Okay, or yes, if it is false or no. So true means 1, false means 0. So any three value you can give it, then you can decide which part it will do. If it is true, what it will do. If it is false, it will do. Okay. Then circle symbol is used as a connector. The connector symbol may be used for join different flow lines. Okay. So this is off page connector. So this symbol indicates that flowchart continues on the next page. So this is represent that document. So if document is used to represent the paper document produced during the flowchart process. So this normally input output operation we are using the parallelogram, but if we are using this box, it will be represent that manual input. Okay. And if any operations, normally operation we are using the rectangle boxes, but if the boxes is like this means it is manual operation we have to do. So this symbol is used for online storage. Okay, it's like a hard disk, magnetic drums, and other storage devices we are using. So this is network link. So normally we can write like this also or like this also. This is network link. It is connected in the different systems in the computer network. So this is magnetic disk. Like this symbol is used for represent the input output from or to the magnetic disk. Okay. So these are the flowchart symbols. Now we can discuss about the flowchart. Flowchart should be clear, neat, and easy to follow. Okay. Must have a logical start and finish. We must be know where it starts, where it is over. Okay. So example, it will start with oval symbol and end with oval symbol. Okay. So in between, we know what are the steps are there. Okay. In trying the proper flowchart, all necessary requirements should be listed in the logical order. What is the logical order? Logically, you have to represent. First, you have to do this. Read the input. Then, perform the computation. Produce the output. If logically it is correct. Okay. So, first you will write A plus B. Then you are read the A and B value means how it will be performed. So, that is logically not correct. Okay. So only one flow line should come out from the process symbol. Okay. So decision box only, more output will come. Okay. So the remaining all the symbols will get only one line. Okay. So here three lines also sometimes they can use. Okay. One is input, another two are output. So what is the advantage of flowchart? Makes logic clear. What logic, how it is working, what is the next step, everything it will show proper. Communication. The graphical representation is easily communicate to the developer or user how the system is working. Okay. So then effective analysis. Effective analysis means problem can be analyzed in the effective way because analyzing the duties of programmers can be delegated to other persons. So once the flowchart over, the program development may be due by some other persons. Useful in coding. While writing the programming, we know what is the step-by-step process and what type of code we have to use. That is also we can uh, write it in a proper manner. Proper testing and debugging. So we know that the decision making, yes or no. So from that itself, we can able to identify easily. Appropriate documentation. Okay, so we know that the documentation should be in proper manner in the software development program. This is a simple flowchart. So I want to find which is the greater value. I will take two value. So which is greater? Okay. So example, start and stop using the oval symbol, and we have to read two values a comma b. Okay. So from that we have to find which is the greater. So if the condition is true, a is the greater. If condition is fails, b is the greater. Already we know that this logic. So we are using yes or no concept here, that this is the decision box. In decision, we have to decide if it is true, what we have to do. If it is false, what we have to do. Finally, stop. Okay. This is sample flowchart. This is a reflection part. That means you how you are understand. You have to answer for this question. I will give 10 seconds time. You just draw the flowchart for finding the maximum of given three numbers. Already previous slides I shown maximum of two numbers. Here maximum of three numbers. You try it. I'll give 10 seconds time. So your time is over. So if you are drawn the flowchart, you just check with the answer. If your answer is correct, then you will proceed the further. Otherwise, you will go back and watch the video. Then you will try the flowchart. If it is correct, then you will proceed. Okay. So this is the flowchart for finding the three numbers. So input value we have to take three numbers, and input value is n1, n2, n3. Find the maximum. That maximum value, initially we are assigning one variable as the maximum value. We have to compare with the max value with the second number. If second number is maximum, then we have to change n2. That second number will be assigned as a maximum. If it is no, it will go to next step. Okay. So then if it is not correct means it will check with the n3 with the maximum value. If it is true, then it will assign n3 is the maximum. Otherwise, print the maximum value. Okay. So this is a simple concept. If you are run the flowchart properly, then you will proceed further. Otherwise, you will go back and see the symbols, how it is to draw the flowchart, then you will try it. Thank you. So this is history of C. The C language, initially the international groups was developed in the 1960s. Language name is Alcol. Okay, in 1967 that BCPL programs are there. So it is developed by Martin Richard in the Bell Laboratory. So that after 3 years, the language is developed. The B language came. Okay, this B language developed by Thomson. Okay. So in 1972, from the B, it will be improved and it will consider as the traditional C language came. It is proposed and developed by Dennis Rich. Okay. After 6 years, again, Kernighan and Rich both are developed C language and upgraded it. So that's why we are saying K and R C language. So after nearly 10 years, after 10 years, then American National Standards Institute, that committee is framed and it will standard the C language. That language is considered the NCC, which we are using now. Okay. So ISO company also certified in the 1990. So now we are using the standard like C99. In the year of 1999, the standardization committee is confirmed that the new version of C language, that is C99 version, that we are using right now. Basic structure of C program. Okay, so first step is documentation section. Okay, what is documentation section? Documentation section means before writing the C program, you must be know what you are writing. So, or you want to inform to some other persons, but compiler will not compile those lines. For that purpose, the documentation section is there. So, documentation section starting with double. If in case one line you want to write statement means this is I am Senthil Murugan. I developed this program. This is my first C program. Like that, I will write it in the single line means double slash I can use. If I want to write multiple lines means you can use slash asterisk asterisk slash. Okay. So end of the line we have to ending with like this. Starting line it will start like this. Then this paragraph you can write it as a documentation. This documentation line, the compiler, C compiler will not read it. Okay, whatever type here, that will not touch by the compiler. It will only shows to the developer. Okay. The next one is the link section. What is the link section? Link section means it is linking to the library. Okay. So linking to the library. Where is the library is there? What is the library? So in C language, some header files are there. Okay, header files means how the operation will be performed. For example, I want to perform input and output operations. Okay, so for this, some how to I will write the input. What is the syntax I have to follow? What is the output statement? How to write it output statement? Those things we don't know. Those all the information will be stored in these header files. So for this input output operation, then one header file is there. That header file name is standard input output dot h. So normally we are saying standard input output stdio.h. Okay. So this we are linking to this section. Normally linking section we can use hash symbol. Okay. Hash include. Then within the bracket you can mention this header files stdio.h. Okay. So that means this library file will be linked to the compiler while executing this program. Next one is the define section. Define section means we have to define any value before using this program. So normally we know that using pi. So what is the pi value? 3.14 we know. Okay. So wherever we want to use pi, so the pi area of rectangle, area of circle, area of some triangle, like that, wherever you want, you will use the pi value, no? So you have to fix this is the common value. So like that, you can decide that pi 3.14. Okay. So how you can write it? For define also hash define pi space 3.14. Don't write pi equal to 3.14. Okay, this is wrong declaration. You have to define like this. This is definition section. So normally we can say this is the macro. So macro means after linking files, the system will understand that some variable will be used inside the program. For that variable, this is the value that will be stored in the definition section. Next, global variable declaration. So global variable declaration means if any variable declared here before main function, that variable is considered a global variable declaration. That variable used in anywhere in the program. Okay, so that's why we are saying that's a global declaration. The next main function is the heart of the C program. Okay. Heart of the C program. So without main function, the C program will not work. So that's why we are saying this is the heart of the main. The function means the function ending with braces. Okay. So any function ending with open brace and close brace. If it is there, this is function in the C program. So main is the function. So we can write main the function. So this main function also we have to decide. Okay. So what type of return type it is used, that we have to see. So the main function, it is a main program. Then we have to declare some variable and perform the execution part. So wherever whatever variable we are declared inside the function, that variable is considered as a local variable. Okay. So you just remind it, any variable declared inside the function, that is considered as a local variable. Any variable declared outside of the function, that is considered as a global variable. Okay. So here we will declare some variable, we will perform some operation in the main function. This is the C structure. This subprogram section is there, no? This is the user defined function. We are the user. Okay, user defined function. So this we will discuss later in third unit how we can write the user defined functions and all. Okay. This is part of the function. This function will execute through the main function itself. Okay. Example symbol C program I written. Okay. So this is the documentation section. You just see. So this program I will write program addition written by TSM. So I am using the multiple line command lines. So these lines are there. No, we are saying simply command lines. Double slash or slash asterisk. Where it will be over? Here it will be over. Okay. So here in that entire program, they are using command line is starting with slash asterisk, ending with asterisk slash. So that means this portion will not compile. So compiler does not consider this line. So this is also like that. So the entire this part is not considered by the compiler. So here documentation section I did. So there is no definition section. It is not mandatory, and there is no global declaration. That is also not mandatory. Then main function is mandatory. Main, this is open bracket and close bracket, open brace. The function will start with curly brace and ending with close curly brace. Inside that we can declare the variable, we can perform the operation. So this is the variable declaration. Okay. So this is the value assigning for the variable. Then this is the computation. So finally you are print the values. So this is the simple C program using the C structure I explained. Okay. Next one, character set. What is the character set? So what are the characters we are used in the C languages? We just see here, digits we will use, alphabets we will use, special symbols we will use. So digits means 0 to 9. Okay, alphabets means A to Z and capital A to capital Z. So because these values, these characters have separate ASCII value, American Standard Code for International Information Interchange. Okay, so American standards, they are assigned some values for all the values. So small a have separate ASCII value, capital A have separate ASCII value. Based on this ASCII value, program will work. Okay, that's why this is different, this is different. There is no common in the C language. C language is uh, case sensitive language. Case sensitive language. What is case sensitive? Case sensitive means which case you are used, capital letter or small letter. Wherever you have to use small letter, you have to use small letter only. So instead of small letter, if you are typed capital letter, that will be shown as the error. Okay, you just keep in your mind properly. So this lower letters and capital letters are considered the alphabets. Digits are considered the 0 to 9. So these symbols, okay, so these symbols are used like special characters. Okay, so this is used for function, open brace, close brace. This is used for AND operation. This is used for modulus operation, multiplication operation, power operation, linking the files. Okay, so like function open and close and greater than or less than or equal to functions plus that operators, addition operation, subtraction operations, assignment operator, like these are the special operator and characters are used in the C programming. So apart from that, some white spaces also used. Okay, blank space. You are given space means it will consider the blank space. And carriage written, that is also will be there. Tab will be there. New lines will be there. For tab, what we have to use? /T. For new line, what you have to use? /N. Okay. So some character will be used for some special purposes also. So now we are going to discuss about tokens in the C language. What is tokens? Tokens means, so whatever we are used in the C language, like some characters, some keywords, some operators, so those are considered as a token. So the token are divided into different tokens, entire category. Okay, so identifier, keywords, operators, strings, special characters, constant. So these are the tokens of C languages. Okay. So what is identifier? Identifier means, so which is used to identify something. Okay, so example variable names. So it may be used with numerical digits and alphabet numbers. Okay, so the only condition is there is special characters. Maximum length we can use 31 character. Okay, so it does not specify blank space or commas in the identifier. So what you have to do, you can write it. For example, I want to write my name. So Senthil, I can write it, no problem. Okay. So I will combinations Senthil and IT2. I can write it. Okay. So underscore IT2 underscore Senthil. I can write it. So underscore and character will start, but number should not start. Second IT. If I am writing, it is wrong identifier. Okay. So next one is keywords. What is keywords? In C language, some words are predefined. Then that words are already used in the C programming. We are not able to change the purpose of the keyword, those words. Okay. So in C language, there is 32 keywords are there. So these keywords, each line 8 is there, 4 into 8, 32. So totally 32 keywords are there. We are unable to change this value of that or functions of the keywords. Okay, so example, basic data type. You just remind, I will change. In textbook, it is in different order. For your understanding, I changed in this order. These are the data types: character, short, integer data type, float data type, double data type, long double or long integer like will be there. Short integer and short characters will be there. Signed integer and unsigned integer. So these are the related to data type. Okay. So it is auto word or static data type or constant data type. So these three are mentioned, which is static or constant. And switch cases. Switch case. In switch cases, we are using break, continue, go to. So these statements are switch cases related statements. And these are looping statements. Okay. So these are looping statements. If loop, else loop, for loop, while loop, do while loop, like that. These are the looping statements. Okay. So these are the special features. Okay, structure and union, enum, enumerations. So these three are special category. Apart from that, these are the return type. Why return type? So it will return values or not. Return also keyword, register, type type, extend, default, size of volatile. So total 32 keywords are there in the C language. Operator. So there are three operators in that. Operator means it will perform some operation that so which is used to perform the operation that is considered that operator. Okay. So the operator classified into three types: unary operator, binary operator, and ternary operator. What is unary operator? So unary operator means it's applied to only one single operand. Okay. So minus a, minus x, minus z. So that means a value it will take and it will assign the minus value. This is unary operator. Okay. Binary operator means some these operations will be there. Okay. So two operands will be used: a plus b, x plus y. So for addition operation. Okay. These are the arithmetic operators. What are the arithmetic operators? Plus, minus, divisions, multiplication, modulus. So relational operators, what is a relational operator? We have to check the relation: greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. So these are the relations we will check. Is equal to. Equal to means a double equal symbol we have to use. If you are using single equal symbol means that is assignment operator. Here it is there no. If single assignment equal symbol is mentioning the assignment operator. Okay. So plus equal to, minus equal to. These are the assignment operators. Logical operators, we know that AND operation. Okay. So AND, OR operations, and NOT operations. These are the logical operators. Shift operators means double arrow, left shift, right shift. These are the shift operators. Conditional operators. What is conditional operators? So condition should be there. Question mark and colon. This condition will be there. This is the conditional operator. Bitwise operators that we will check: double AND, double OR. These are the bitwise operator. Each bit we have to check: AND operation or OR operation, how it will do. Okay. Then MISC operator. These are the binary operators. In ternary operators, it will use question mark with the colon. These three operand will be used. Okay. If it's like checking the if else conditions. Okay. So one condition will be there. Then check that operator. If the condition true, this first part will be work. If condition fails, then second part will be work. Like that, this ternary operator will be used. Next, strings in C. Strings means the combinations of characters. Okay, so that we will use the array concept. In array concept, array means the number of size of the characters. How many character we will use or how many numbers we will use, that we are mentioning in that. That is array that we will discuss later. Okay. So some special operators. Okay. So some special characters. What are the characters we are using? Parenthesis. Okay. So parenthesis symbol brackets we are used for during function calling. Wherever the function is there ending with brackets. Square bracket where we are using the square bracket using for closing and opening the brackets represent for multi-dimensional and single substring. Comma operator, comma we are using many places. You know that it is separating more than one statement. Curly brace will opening any code and closing the code there itself. Asterisk for multiplication operations. Okay. And hash symbol for linking or preprocessor steps. Dot operator will be used for accessing a member. Okay. So finally, tilde symbol it is used for destructor operators. Okay. So now constant. What is constant? Constant means the value of the variable does not change. Once we fix the values means we are not able to change till complete the program. Okay, that is constant. So constants remains the same. We cannot change their value. Both constant and macros are same. Okay. So these are defined with preprocessor and constant keyboard. Both will be used for declare the constant variables. Okay. So the floating values we know using the decimal points, and then integer constants, hexadecimal constants, octal constants, string constant. String will be used in the double quotes. Character will be used in the single quotes. Okay. So octal number means what is the octal constant? Octal constant means 0 to 8 combinations. Hexadecimal means 0 to 15. Okay. So these are the constants they are used in in C languages. So next one is variable. What is variable? Variables means I already told it is identifier. So identifier may use to say variables. So different variables we are used for performing different operations. It is composed with letters or digits and underscore. So only the condition is it must begin with either letter or the underscore, not number. That is you have to remember. The any variable does not starting with the number. If it is starting with number, that will be the error. And upper and lower case letters are distinct because it is the case sensitive language. Whatever you are using upper and lower cases, it should be used. So these are the basic data types. Character, integer. Character will take 1 byte memory. Integer will take 4 byte memory, 2 or 4 byte memory. Float will take 4 byte memory. It is single precision floating point. Double is double precision floating point. Okay. So default float value is double. Okay. So why? So in case I told preprocessor has defined PI equal to 3.14. If you have declared that, it will consider as the double value. Okay. So because default float values are considered as double value. If you want to mention this, the float value means 3.14 F. You can use F also. Then only it will consider the floating value. Void means it represents absence of the type. That means no return type. So no return type means it is does not return any value. Just to see here, it's a simple variable declaration how we are declared. Already we will discuss data type. First one is data type of the variable. Then variable names separated by the comma ending with the semicolon. Okay. So variable names separated by the comma and ending with semicolon. So this is the declaration of the variables. And assigning the value of the variable, you can assign the values also. So example, int d value and f value you can design. This is variable declaration. You can assign the values also. Initialization t equal to 3, f equal to 5. So this is initial value. Okay. So you can define the values also for the variables. So this is a simple program for variable declaration. Extend keyword they will use. Normally we are not using. Why? Because where we are using the Excel, the variable declaration is useful for multiple files. Okay, it is using for multiple files. And define your variable in one of the files which will available in the time of linking of the program. So same like that, you will use the keyword extend. Why we are using the extend? Declare a variable at any place. Okay. So there is no consideration where you have to declare the variable. You can declare a variable multiple times in your C program. Okay, it can be defined only once in a file or function or a block of the code. Okay. Here you see this variable declaration. This is before main function, it is declared. This is global variable declaration. Here some variables are declared. This is local variable declaration. After that, values are assigned to the variables. Then operation will be performed. The C value will be printed. Okay. Then literals. Literals or constants are same. There is different types of literals and constants are there. So integer constant, floating constant, character constant, string constant, like that it is there. What is integer constant? If once we fix the number, that is integer constant. Okay. So example, integer literals can be the decimal number, octal number, or hexadecimal. If prefix specifies that base radix 0x or 0 capital X, for it is for hexadecimal number. 0 for representing that number is octal number. So nothing, decimal is the common as usual, the regular numbers. Okay. So these are simple examples. 212, the integer number. So this is also integer numbers. So what is this? 0 cross F. So this is hexadecimal number. So here 078 is not octal digit. So below 8 should be there. If 8 is there means it is not. So if starting with 0, but if more than 8 value is there means that is wrong. That's why they are saying 8 is not an octal digit. They are saying illegal. So here also starting with some number we are using U, then that is also illegal. So you just see this is the illegal. Hexadecimal means will start with 0x. Okay. So octal number means it will start with 0, but below 8 the value should be there. So this is normal numbers, then this is the integer number. So unsigned integer you can use U, long integer you can use L, you can use unsigned long integer after the number, like that you can declare the constants, integer constants. Float constants, again floating points, how you can use the floating point, you can use signed exponent is introduced by the E. Okay, so example you can use normal numbers, decimal point numbers 3. After that, this is the quotient part, this is the remainder part. This remainder part maximum 6 digit it will take, that is legal. So here E is there 314519, E minus 5L means 5 left side dot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3.1459, that number it will take. So the remainings are incomplete. Okay, so they are using E, but they are not given how many digit it will be stayed. Okay, here also F they are using how many digits they are not mentioned. Here also starting with the dot no, that is illegal. So character constant. Character constant means we now normally we are getting the character. Okay, so how we can declare the character variable in main function ch equal to char space equal to ch, example char 1. Okay, so how you can declare the value of the character ch1 equal to, within single quote you have to write x, y, or like. So individual character will be given as a character input. Okay. Finally, string constant. String constant will be represented using the double quotes. Within the double quotes, whatever it is there, that will be print. Okay, that is the string constants. So, constant, how to define the constants? You see here, I told the define function also you can use constant. Length value 10, width value 5, new line means /n. So if you are represent, that means wherever you are using length, it will take the value is 10. Wherever you are using width, it will take the value is 5. Okay. So example, area equal to length and width you are given now. Here length value 10 it will take, here width value 5 it will take, then multiply it, then finally it will stored in the area. So this is also one of the constant declaration. We are saying this is macros. Okay. So here constant keyword they are used, same statement without define that macros, the use of macros. Here they are used the const keyword. Const keyword means it is constant. Okay. So the macros we are using that has defined use function. That is the object like macro is there. So object like means instead of date, this object will be there. That will be replaced. Okay. So chain macro means there is 2, 3 macros will be there. It will be continuous. Here Instagram followers separate. 2 values they are given. Wherever Instagram is there, it will change followers. Wherever followers are there, it will change 138. But what is the meaning of that? The Instagram or followers, wherever it may be, the value should be 138. Multiline macro means we can give that multiline macros like this. As defined, element 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. How many lines you want, you can give. But finally, you can mention that where it will be the over. Function like macro. In function also has defined minimum of a comma b, then it will check a less than or b question mark and first output. If it is true, this will be print, and it will be false, it will be print. So this function wherever they are using minimum of a comma b means it will compare two value, it will return which is the minimum value. So this is a summary. These are the topics we are discussed in this video lecture. Now we are in the end of this video lecture. So now as a student should be able to develop an algorithm. You know how to write the algorithm. If any program I will give, you can write it. The sketch the flowchart for the given program. Even if I will give any program, you are able to draw the flowchart. Okay. So these are some questions. Develop an algorithm to find the given number is palindrome or not. What is palindrome? The example, the number equal to the reverse of the number. Okay, so 121 is there. We have to find the reverse of the number is 121. So this is palindrome. Okay, so 122 is there. So what is the reverse number? 221. So it is not equal. So it is not a palindrome. Okay. So sketch the flowchart for reverse the given number. So if I will give number 1, 2, 3, 4, then we have to produce the output is 4, 3, 2, 1. So finally we will write the C program using the macros to define the pi value where you have to declare and what value you will give. Then finally you can find that area of the circle using this pi value. Okay. So I hope you are enjoyed this video. You understood many concepts which is required for writing the C programs. If you have doubt, we will discuss in the classrooms. Okay. If further doubts, you can refer the textbook in chapter 2 overview of C. Okay. As well as you can refer the weekly tutorial sheet. Thank you very much for watching this video.